Okay, it's not magic until you face a Traxxer. So let's go. So we'll leave up the Mana Tithe next turn with the Arcane Signet. This should be pretty good. The Defiler of Faith as well is just such a wonderful card for the deck. You've got a lot of white permanents in here. Let's Mana Tithe that, slow them down. I really like that. That is nice. I think we'll go for Gandalf. I mean, they could just have removal, but what else are we going to do? Flowering Tree is tempting to get out there, but Touch of the Spirit Realm. Okay, we'll send it back to the command zone. Okay, we'll just try again. Sylvan Ranger. Okay, so did they miss a land drop, I wonder? This is also a 5/5 Vigilance, which is pretty good. The clock is ticking then. We need to start making a dent in their HP. Inquisition kills the tree. That is so annoying. Well, okay. And they've got another kill spell. Our swords as well. They literally have every single thing they need. How many more things can they possibly have? Okay, we actually get to maybe resolve something. Or is it going to be a counter spell here? No land, please.
Speak softly.
And then we can swing in as well. Are they going to block? They're going to cycle a land. Sure. So they don't really care about keeping lands. Maybe they have an abundance then, if that's the case. Let's just swing in again. So they're one away, going for the Atraxa. I think we sacrifice this to see what we get. Another land. Okay, wonderful. Yeah, they really took away a lot of our power with Flowering Tree there. Growth Spiral. Huh. Why did they do that, I wonder? Are they trying to get a removal spell for the Wanderer first? Who knows? This is a slight nunbo because the scry is going to happen and then we get a land. Which is a bit of a shame, but to be honest, it's an extra body, isn't it? Keep swinging in. They can finally in a block. Interesting. I wonder what drove them to blocking there. Was it a board wipe, perhaps? Could be something like a farewell, maybe. Skyclave Relic. They clearly want to get the Atraxa out and protect her, don't they? That's the idea. Okay, let's see what we can kill with the Loran. So we're going to go for the Touch the Spirit Realm, annoyingly, because we can't kill any of the other indestructible rocks. And just keep bashing in. Now, here's the interesting thing. If they resolve the Atraxa, how much? So they've got they've got 4 mana. So they've got 4 mana to do something else. I take it they've got a way to flicker or something, because why would they have waited so long to get her out, you know? Thoughtseize. Oh my goodness. Thoughtseize, ECD, and Teferi. Nothing, like, hugely game-ending, but the Banishing Light will go to the Thoughtseize, but they will lose 2 life doing that. Shielded in hand is going to up their life total. Damn, that's a shame. Mox Amber is weirdly good. So do they have a flicker spell here? No flicker spell.
Farewell.
Okay, let's trigger the team. Sarah Paragon works because with the Banishing Light. So 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Does this work? Right, so let's each draw. So we're going to trigger the team again. Then we can cast something from the graveyard. Flowering of the white tree. Oh my goodness, is this enough? I think this is lethal unless they've got a kill. Wow, we took out the Atraxa. Oh my goodness. That was everything or nothing, wasn't it? Jeez. Okay, so we go first against Emoti. And actually, I don't mind his hand because we have a nice curve from the Savior to the Farmhand. Farmhand will give us a Plains. Just a nice way to get a body and a bit of value to hand. And then we can pump the team up with the Flowering of the White Tree and start pummeling them. They shouldn't be able to do too much this early, apart from a bit of ramping, I suppose. And I feel pretty safe from board wipes because Simic doesn't really have them. They have mass bounce, of course. So I think maybe next turn it's tempting to go for the Esper Sentinel and the Flowering Tree, of course, but maybe we'll see what else they do. Growth Spiral at Sorcery Speed. They didn't have to do that. They didn't have to reveal their hand. I think I wouldn't have done that because then it would have feigned something like a counter spell. See, now I'm tempted to maybe just go for the... Yeah, let's just do it. Pump the team. Sentinel means we should be drawing more cards. They are going to struggle to come back from this, I'll tell you that. Unless they've got maybe like a Whelming Wave. Whelming Wave would really slow us down, but we would draw a card at the very least. If they play something like a rock, we have the Loran of the Third Path. We might be able to kill it. Are they going to pay? Okay, they don't care. Ossification is a nice piece of removal. Can exile a creature or walker. Pretty good for 2 mana on common these days. And they're going to leave 2 mana up. And they're going to foretell. Probably an extra turn spell, isn't it? 5 mana, 6 mana. We can't really escape this, right? So we might as well just go for it. If they have the mass bounce, they have it. We just have to fight through it. Ward 1 is kind of sweet as well. Now, if they don't deal with our field, I think they're really, really screwed, to be honest. What do they get here? They got a Wolf Willow Haven, which means we draw a card with a Sentinel. Wow, and Morel as well. Okay. Have we got this in the bag, I wonder? 3, 4, 5. So we can do 2 things. I think we're going to go for Ossification on the Emoti. Land on top is actually fine. Oh, wow. Fantastic. So that would have gotten rid of the Emoti. And our team would have been... So 3, 3, 3, and 6. So that is 13. Sorry, 6, 8, 9, 10, 12, 13, 14, 15. Yeah, that would have been lethal just with that one spell. So powerful. Such a good card. Opponent goes first with Ishin. Double attack trigger deck. Pretty cool to see. I'm going to mulligan this. This is a bit bland. Okay, this is... At least we have a nice curve. Always the Sentinel, isn't it? Okay. Very demoralising to see that in turn 1, but... Maybe we don't counter something. Drawbridge. Okay, the haste is annoying, to be fair. I do want to counter that. Attack for 1. Day of Judgment. Okay, so we're still going to do this to get ourselves a basic because we want to add something to the board. Just a bit of something, but we're not going to add anything else because we're going to save up for the Day of Judgment. Unless, of course, something goes horribly wrong. So we can go for the Paladin class, pay for the Sentinels, tax, and then go for the Gate as well. Cool. We're all good. We could get you really greedy and just wait for them to play even more creatures. Like, just keep loading the field, right? I'm happy to take 3. It's just 3 for now. I mean, maybe we even go for the Adeline, right? Nah, that's just being greedy, isn't it? Let's just pay this. And we have the swords if we really want to. I don't really want to give them another card, to be honest. But it's there just in case. I really want them to play more creatures. Come on. Let's see them. Just 3 again. Sure. They know they don't really have to apply any more pressure. Morale. I mean, this is a good as time as any to Day of Judgment, right? Let's pay the 1. What can they do here? They can give one thing indestructible. No? Something from that. I was thinking maybe something in the hand could have given indestructible. I wasn't referring to the LC. I know protection doesn't give you indestructible. That was a really good hit. A 4 for 1. Can't really complain. Let's get rid of it again. Sweet. And maybe they have a board wipe. Maybe they have a kill spell. Let's give them Gandalf. The reason I want to give them Gandalf first is because if they kill this, we can recast it. Unlike Adeline, who will die forever. They do have 7 mana, though. It's just going to be Ishin again. Okay, let's go for the Adeline. Get some triggers here. Portable. Oh, okay. That's interesting. Something changed between me just having Gandalf and then having an Adeline. I guess the changing factor was Adeline was really strong. But I mean, I do see that, but they had 3 cards in hand that we'll never know, sadly. Okay, moving on. Okay, putting this first, but we have... This is a solid hand removal. Skrell's Hive. Very nice for this deck. We have some pressure now with the Husband Marshal as well. Facing some high-tier decks. Interestingly enough. What's it going to be? Choose your ramp spell of the day. Signet. Close enough. Swing in. Combining these two together is lovely. Keep making 1/1s every turn. Obviously with Gandalf out, you know, make the most of all these 1/1s. Nylea. Not bothered about Nylea, to be honest. Just keep the removal up. Not too worried about Scouting Hawk. Normally Green Deck's ramped by now. We would have been able to have this out and ramped ourselves, but it's all good. Okay, so here comes Emoji. It looks like they missed their land drop here. Okay, so they make up for it by getting the elf. Kill the Emoji. We could Fragment Reality the Elvish Mystic as well. But I feel like it's just a bit too soon. And I really hope they play a land. No land? No land. Well, I guess we go for Gandalf then. It's not looking good for them. Missing a land drop. Gandalf out next turn. We can go for a couple spells. We're going to give a whole team +2 at the very least, I think. They're at 21, but it doesn't feel that way when you pump your team up with this absolutely incredible prowess. Gandalf kind of says prowess whenever you cast any spell, which is crazy because prowess used to have hoops, but this Gandalf, yeah, I love it, the flavour of it. They made it fairly balanced because there's no toughness increases there, but yeah. So they're finally going to get extra 2 lands here. Question is, are we going to be able to survive the following turn's worth of onslaught? Okay, another dude. Paladin class as well. Incredible. Right, so go for the Scouting Hawk first. Another land. I mean, we're going to get a land anyway, right? That's the lol part of that. Doesn't really matter. Okay, so there we go for that. And then I think we go for the Cold Steel Heart here. Prepare for the following turn, which is going to be the... Ooh. Nykthos. Nykthos is... Weirdly... It's close to being okay, but yeah, I'm just going to hope to draw something a bit more interesting. Let's swing in. This is quite a lot of damage. Okay, so they didn't block. What have they got then? Is it going to be Mass Bounce? It's going to be Emote and Spin the Wheel. And they got a Fierce Empath, which would get them a Crater Hoof or something, but I think it's too late. It is just too late. We can shred Emote decks with this. It's incredible. I don't think they could do anything now unless they have play a Forest and then a Fog or something, but do they really think they can survive this attack? I mean, let's just take it for face value. They block the Gandalf and any 1/1. They still take 5. That's just the base value. But if I cast any spell, that's going to double. Well, Engine. Sure thing. Okay, we're about to see the full power. Oh my goodness. Well, this is already ridiculous. Paladin class. And there we have it. Oh, this deck is really strong.
A wizard is never late, nor is he early. He arrives precisely when he means to.
Today's video is Gandalf, White Rider. This is actually a really amazing deck, and Mono White has kind of come a long way since the days of old where they didn't really get much value. Now, whenever you cast a spell with Gandalf, creatures you control get +1/+0 until end of turn. Bear in mind, this is any spell, not just instants and sorceries, so they're really pushing the boat out here. You also scry 1, which is useful to ensure your next play is amazing, and whenever he dies, you may put it on to his owner's library 5th from the top. So yeah, he coming back, although to be honest, putting him into your deck, I'm not sure. It's kind of 50-50 if that's good or bad, but at least it's on there. The main focus here is the first main ability on him. So we have a very aggressive curve, mostly 1s and 2 drops, because we want to just spam the field with as many small creatures as possible. So the important creatures we want to get out has to Marshal, attacking with at least 2 other creatures. You get a 1/1, which is important because we want to buff as many creatures as we can going sideways. Paladin class to eventually give your creatures +1/+1. Selfless Savior to protect Gandalf from kill spells. Skrelv to protect him as well. We also have something interesting with the Progenitor X-Arch here. Whenever it comes in, you incubate 3x times. So if you... Well, the later the game is, the more money you have, the more incubation tokens this makes, and then you can flip them into creatures. This is quite cool, quite an interesting card. Even our board wipes can destroy all the things. You create X colorless Phyrexian Mites with Toxic, and they can't block, and if X is 5 will destroy all other creatures. So this is pretty good, and you gain X life as well. Another really awesome anthem in the deck is Flowering of the White Tree, which pumps your whole team, and it's just so good. Like, this is the definitely the best anthem effect we have so far. And the rest of the deck is basically support for the small stuff, enables you to get lots of tokens out. Clarion Spirit as well, a really nice way to just get a couple of bodies just by playing spells. Really effective. The curve doesn't go too high to the high end because you want to be able to win early game. We don't want you want to hang around too much. These swords are going to push you forward and beyond into victory with all their abilities. The Horn of Gondor is interesting because it makes soldiers, and then it makes soldiers upon soldiers, so it compounds and expands and overwhelms. Absolutely incredible card. And I think SRAM's expertise is worth noting because it gives you 3 bodies, but also if you play this out, you can cast something that costs 3 less from your hand. So imagine you have this out, but then you also go for the Flowering of the White Tree. That means your 1/1s are now 2/2s. So yeah, the deck's actually really fun. Considering it's mono white, it has a lot of game. It's definitely one that I would craft if you wanted to explore mono white. And if you do want to craft, the deck list is in the description box below, so make sure to check that out. And if you appreciated the videos you've seen today, and if I've brought you any joy or showed you something you haven't seen before, then maybe you could consider donating to the channel. There's 3 ways. You can become a channel member. You can donate via Ko-fi, which is the best way for me because it's it doesn't tax me so much from the system. Patreon as well, you can be a part of, but as I said, it charges more commission compared to Ko-fi, but obviously Patreon's more well known. So, hope you've enjoyed today's videos, and see you in the next video. Did you know that you can help my channel by watching another one of my videos? Go ahead, you know you want to.